You are literally living the American dream. 125 5-star Yelp reviews on Yelp. That's a huge deal. Okay, I've hit my max. Let me take it to the next level. I want to open up my own solo studio. Okay, so we talked about a little bit about your Yelp reviews, which I'm pretty impressed by. I mean, and especially because you were able to accomplish that milestone. Like, you had a goal, you had a vision, and you were able to reach that milestone. I think that's pretty awesome.
Hey,
I commend you. So when it came to deciding, all right, what equipment am I going to offer my customers? I mean, there's a lot of options out there, right?
Yes.
So what made you eventually go with Evolv?
I think that because I was already in the tanning industry,
Yep.
I heard firsthand from people what they liked and what they didn't like.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most popular thing people would say is, this is so cold, when is this gonna be over? I'm freezing. They'd have goosebumps. So when I heard about a heated machine, I wanted to know everything.
Yeah.
Because that's the answer, you know? But then as I was kind of finding out a little bit more information, it goes so much further than just the heat aspect. Of course, that's very important. That's going to be the very first thing that your clients notice. However, the actual formula of the solution is what I feel keeps the customers coming back. It's a beautiful, rich, deep, natural looking tan. And I love that it's natural, it's vegan, it's cruelty free. It's made and sourced here in the United States, which is very important to me. So once I found out all that information, I was in. And also too, something to add is the way that you can customize each session. So no session is ever going to be the same.
Right.
And that's something different, and you know, not everybody can offer that. So those are the things that I was looking for and I found in Evolv.
I love that, and I think that says a lot, especially when you're trying to build up a business, right? There's so much competition out there.
Yes.
So it's normal for somebody to think, okay, what can I offer that's going to set me apart?
Right.
But once you get somebody started at, you know, on Evolv, they're only going to come back to you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because nobody's going to want to go from a luxury heated tan to something that's cold and chilly and not so fun.
Absolutely not.
Right?
Right. And trust me, that has happened. People are like, I couldn't get in with you, or this and that, and they're like, I had the awful experience, it was so cold. And I think that really sets it apart just in itself. You know, the heat to not heat, people notice that right away.
Totally.
So yeah, I love the heated application.
I love that. And then another thing that I think has a big factor is experience, right? Like, you can have the best equipment out there, but you've also got to have top-notch customer service. And I'll go back to Yelp again. I mean, all of your Yelp reviews support that, you know, you roll out the red carpet for your customers, right? You make them feel like a superstar, like a movie star. Tanning is something that is a luxury. It's not a necessity.
Right.
So it's important to make people feel special when they come in. What do you think, in your own words, what do you think top-notch customer service means? What does that look like?
Well, for me, I always go into every session, whether it's somebody I've tanned 10 times, 20 times, or I'm tanning them for the very first time. I want them to step into my studio and feel comfortable from the second they step in. You know, and I think it's important to remember that and never get comfortable like, oh, I've seen her a million times, you know, yada yada, I'll just spray however. No, it's very important to make each person feel, like you said, like a superstar. And so for me, I definitely implement that in every single session. It's also very important for me to follow up with my clients. That is huge. That I love feedback, and I work off of feedback. So I check in with every single client and always am making sure, you know, how's your tan looking? And yeah, I just want to follow up and make sure that they're loving it and it's perfect for them. So that's important to me, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, this is such a unique service in the sense that you're meeting somebody and 5 minutes later they're in little to no clothing.
Yes.
So I always keep that in mind because I want them to feel extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I said, from the moment they step in to the moment they leave.
Yeah.
And I also think about to myself when I go to get services done, whether it's a massage or a manicure or pedicure, and I remember how I felt while I was there and while I was leaving.
Right.
You know, whether that's good or bad, you always
Right.
remember how you felt.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And first impressions are everything. Obviously having a clean space, having something that's gonna kind of set you apart, and having the equipment to back it all up is really what it's all about.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Yeah. Now, so you've been in the tanning industry for a decade now, which is super, super impressive. What would you tell your younger self that was just getting into the business? What type of advice would you give your younger self?
this is tough. So I started my business when I was 22 years old.
Wow.
And I of course knew about the tanning industry,
Right.
being in it prior.
Yep.
But I knew little about operating a business. So I would just tell myself, you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes because it's gonna happen. It's not gonna be perfect the
Right.
first time around, nothing will be. But just, you know, stick with it and don't beat yourself up over mistakes because that's what is going to in turn, you know, help you grow.
Yeah, of course. Always learning, always evolving, pun intended. Awesome. And now, when you were deciding on being an entrepreneur and creating this Life by Design and starting your own business, so you started off just doing mobile appointments, right?
Yes, correct.
So just doing outbound appointments,
Yes.
covering the Carlsbad, San Diego area. And then what was the turning point where you said, okay, I've hit my max, let me take it to the next level, I want to open up my own sunless studio?
So I had been mobile for almost a year.
Wow.
And I was driving all over San Diego County.
Right.
So for me, sometimes it would be an hour on the road to service one client and then another hour to the next appointment.
Wow.
So for me, it didn't feel like it was a good use of time when the actual service itself only takes 20, when you're in a home, maybe 30 minutes. So yeah, I was very nervous to open my studio just because the overhead was going to be a lot larger than
Right.
what I was used to. But I also knew that I was going to be able to take on so many more clients in a shorter period of time.
Right.
So when I first opened up my studio, I was doing mobile tanning as well, just to still kind of, you know, help support my rent and all of that while I was building my in-studio clientele, because they really didn't intertwine. A lot of my clients mobile were South County. I'm located in North County, so some people would be 30-40 minutes away,
Right.
and they just weren't willing to commute, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I would take mobile clients and in-studio appointments
Got it.
for a couple of months, and now I am just strictly in studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's great that you have your own studio now because, and obviously you being your own boss, you get to make your own schedule.
Yes.
So on a Saturday, if you want to be open from 9 to 12, knock out a couple appointments, make some extra cash, you have the ability to do that. And I think that that's really awesome because you still have the ability to, right, spend time with family, go on trips, and live a comfortable life. You're not tied down to, you know, just work. You get to have fun too.
Yes.
So I think that that's awesome.